Kwa jina naitwa Saidi Abdalla Zanda, jina la utani katika timu wanita mtoto, mahali nilipozaliwa Morogoro mjini, naweza nafasi winga mshambuliaji. Timu niliyotoka Azam Academy. Mchezaji alinivutia Cristiano Ronaldo. Hobi yangu nje ya mpira, napenda kukaa familia yangu, napenda kuahidi Tanzania kwa utafika kombe la dunia. Inshallah.
Serengeti Boys ni watoto wetu. Serengeti Boys ni timu yetu. Serengeti Boys tunatoboa mpaka kombe la dunia.
Watching Out and About.
And you're all very welcome. Karibuni sana.
Catch up with all the entertainment in Dar es Salaam and beyond on Out and About every Saturday.
Capital News tonight. Livestock keeping youth group accused of invading Pangani Forest Reserve and causing destruction. Residents of Nyamasheke in Rwanda pledged to conduct 24-hour patrols. President Magufuli commends Taifa Stars for AFCON Finals qualifications. Good evening. This is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's get started with the national news. A group of livestock-keeping youth with traditional weapons have been accused of invading Pangani Forest Reserve in Mtibwa Ward, Mvomero District, Morogoro region on the 15th of March this year, injuring one Suma JKT officer and destroying various property belonging to the camp, including shattering the glass of a government vehicle with STL 3168 and then stealing 300 cows that had been captured by the officers within the area.
They came by surprise and some were armed. They threw a stone at me. I was lucky to run away. They stole cattle in the pen and caused so much damage. We ask that this matter should be resolved immediately so that we can work in peace. We must not give up. A lot of money has been spent to grow the 500 hectares. It is a lot of government's money. So if we are forced to plant some more 400 hectares, then the government's money will be wasted. They came with traditional weapons, arrows, spears, machete and sticks, but the officers did not harm them in any way. I would like to tell livestock keepers that what they've done will not be tolerated. A search was conducted where 2 suspects were arrested. They are being questioned.
The case of the murder of 3 siblings from the same family, which is facing 3 accused individuals, Joel Nziku, age 35, Nason Kaduma, age 39, and Alphonse Edward, age 51, in Njombe region, has been brought up for another mention again today. And once this was done, the case was then adjourned to April 9th of this year.
The resident magistrate of the Njombe Regional Court, Magdalena Ntandu, said that she has adjourned the case after receiving a request from the state prosecutor for Njombe Region, Happiness Makungu. In her request, Prosecutor Happiness Makungu said that investigations into the case are still continuing, hence she was pleading with the court to be given more time. The three accused individuals, who are Joel Nziku, Nason Kaduma, and Alphonse Edward, were returned to remand custody. These three defendants are accused of murdering the following children, who are Godliver Nziku, Gillian Nziku, and Gaspar Nziku, who are all siblings from the same family and who were residents of Ikando village in Kichiwa ward in Njombe region. Initially, while reading the charge against the accused in the courtroom, the state prosecutor, Happiness Makungu, said that investigations into the case are still ongoing, and as a result of that, she requested that the court schedule when the case will come up for another mention.
A long-standing strike between owners of small passenger buses that make trips from Musoma City Council in Mara region has been resolved after the government leadership in Musoma district met with owners of buses as well as bajajis and agreed to remove from the main road all bajajis, with the buses also receiving rules when it comes to implementing their duties.
Bajaji hazitakuwepo tena kwenye barabara kuu. Badala yake bajaji zitafanya kazi kwenye viunga vya mji kwa ajili ya kuleta abiria mjini, lakini kwenye hii barabara kuu imeachiwa daladala kwa masharti. Ikaonekana daladala inatembea na wezi. Tukikukamata daladala yako ina wezi, tutashughulika na wewe. Ya pili, hakutakuwa na gari za kuchomoa. Gari zote zitakaa foleni dakika 5. Na ukitoka ile dakika 5, maana yake wewe unanyooka, unaokota utakaye mkuta njiani na kushusha watakapotaka kushuka. Kwa sababu lalamiko kubwa la wakazi wa mji wa Musoma ni kwamba daladala inawachelewesha. Unatoka Bweli stand unakuja kwa Bweli center.
Wasafiri tuna haraka.
If you're in a hurry, the town bus takes too long, but a rickshaw is faster.
Lakini bajaji inawahi kufikisha.
Kumekuwa na mgomo kati ya daladala.
There was a commuter bus strike because of a disagreement between bus and rickshaw owners, whom we held a meeting together and asked commuter bus owners to resume operation so as not to inconvenience the people. Steps have been taken to ensure that this doesn't arise again.
Kisutu Resident Magistrate Court has rejected the request of the MP for Singida East Tundu Lissu's sponsor, Mr. Robert Katula, who had wanted to withdraw from being a sponsor of the MP due to a lack of cooperation.
Speaking before the resident Chief Magistrate, Thomas Simba, Mr. Katula told the Kisutu Court that he has had no contact with Tundu Lissu and that he has not received any cooperation from the Singida East MP. Mr. Katula went on to say that he has not received cooperation from Tundu Lissu despite the fact that he has tried for a long time now to get in contact with the Singida East MP, but all of his efforts have been unsuccessful. The state prosecutor, Patrick Mwita, claimed that the sponsor's explanation that he did not know the whereabouts of Tundu Lissu was legally groundless. Moreover, Prosecutor Mwita claimed that it is the sponsor's responsibility to ensure that the accused, Tundu Lissu, comes to court. At this juncture, Prosecutor Mwita requested the court to ensure that it brings the accused to court. For his part, Tundu Lissu's second sponsor, Mr. Ibrahimu Ahmed, claimed that they have left no stone unturned in their efforts to communicate with the Singida East MP, but all of their attempts were to no avail. Having said that, Mr. Ahmed told the court that since it was his duty to come to court, he felt that it would be good to do so in order to provide information to the court. Following the arguments of both sides, the resident Chief Magistrate Thomas Simba said that the court has been waiting to receive information. In addition, Chief Magistrate Thomas Simba said that no sponsor will be allowed to withdraw himself from sponsoring Tundu Lissu for as long as the Singida East MP has not reported to court. The resident Chief Magistrate Thomas Simba has adjourned the case to April 25th this year in order for it to be mentioned while all the accused persons are out on bail.
The Minister of Home Affairs, Kangi Lugola, has said that the government will seek out and capture those involved in the illegal business of human trafficking as a solution has been found. Minister Lugola made those remarks after opening a training meeting for stakeholders in the fight against human trafficking in Zanzibar, which included prosecutors, police, as well as immigration and social workers.
Ikumbukwe nimeeleza pia kwamba biashara hii haramu ni biashara ya tatu kwa ukubwa duniani.
It must be noted that human trafficking is the third largest enterprise in the world after illegal weapon trade and drug trafficking. So even when the law is tough, those engaging in the business look at the profit to be made, the law of which has some shortcomings and is in need of improvement.
Mtu anaangalia mapato.
Labda tu kwa takwimu ndogo tu za nikuambia tu za kuanzia Januari 2018 hadi
From January to December 2018, statistics show there is at least 27 cases, out of which 8 are still going on. The rest sentence has been passed. It involves Tanzanians and foreign nationals. However, most are Tanzanians.
Nyingine zishahukumiwa.
Kwa hiyo kwa kuwajengea uwezo wa mahakimu, kuwajengea uwezo wa mapolisi na maafisa wahamiaji.
By empowering judges, the police and immigration officers, it enables them to support the difference between human trafficking and human smuggling. By understanding driving factors, it becomes clear on how to pass judgment.
Human smuggling inakuwa ni rahisi sana kudiri kwa sababu hata adhabu zinatofautiana.
Residents of Kakonko and Kibondo districts in Kigoma region have complained to Tanzania Electricity Supply Company TANESCO for delays in connecting them to electricity on claims that there are no poles, with them ready to pay the fee for the connection. Speaking at various times in Kasanda Ward villages where the Minister of Energy, Dr. Medad Kalemani, went to turn on electricity at the village of one of the village residents, apart from thanking the government, they said that electricity connection is still a big challenge and many have yet to be connected to the service.
They're in the habit of telling us that there is no poles when you've instructed that we must be supplied with electricity. I want to pay right here the 27,000 shillings to be connected. I never thought that I would ever have electricity in my thatched house.
On his part, the Minister of Energy, Dr. Medad Kalemani, said that the government intends to ensure that Kigoma region is connected to the national grid in the beginning of 2020 and that 80 billion shillings has already been set aside for the project, which will be joined from Tabora through Nguruka.
Sasa tumeanza kujenga njia kusafirisha umeme wa Tabora kilovoti 132.
Now we are in the process of supplying electricity from Tabora, 132 kilowatts. Processes are in place. When I go to Kigoma, I will be carrying out an inspection on substations. This is the second phase.
Ambapo tutajenga ile substation Kigoma mjini. Na hiyo ndio dhamira ya pili ya mradi ya safari yetu kufuatilia kwenye mkoa wa Kigoma.
Following protests and chaos by citizens of Zambia at the Tunduma Customs Center in Songwe, the region's police commander George Kiando has said that the police force will continue its operations to fight crime at the border, adding that they will not hesitate to take action against anyone caught for crime without caring about their nationality.
If they want to cause any trouble, I ask them not to do it here in Tanzania. If they fail to do so, they will be dealt with accordingly. A couple of days back, we conducted an operation where we made some arrests and they caused a riot to force us to release them. If they want to riot, let them do so. The people coming from Zambia must be assured that in Tanzania there is security. They use tricks to trick and steal from those coming to buy from here. We must allow the police to deal with this.
The government has been asked to place a barrier at Mugeza Primary School, which is in Bukoba Municipal Kagera region and takes in special needs students. This is so as to strengthen the safety of the lives of the students at the school, as well as those living with albinism, who at times are invaded by people with bad intentions of using their organs in witchcraft.
For children with albinism, you see, the government has not assured us that it is safe throughout the country. We have to make sure that they live in an enclosed compound, but for other children with special needs too.
Tuna hizi walkways, njia wanazotembelea.
Some students who are blind in the same school have also asked the government for more time when it comes to sitting for national examinations, as they are unable to match up to the speed of the students without disabilities that they study with.
We ask the president to add us more time to write our exams because we are disabled. We need walking sticks and other learning tools. We are very encouraged compared to how things were in the past. We're grateful to the government of Tanzania and to the president, who has been a great help to us. We are very grateful.
And that is all for national news. International news is next. International news. A few days since fighting began between Rwanda Defense and Safety Organs and FNL rebels led by Sankara occurred in Nyamasheke, west of Rwanda, where one person was killed. Residents of the district have pledged to conduct 24-hour patrols to prevent another attack from occurring. With famine continuing to affect 13 counties in Kenya and leading to 1.2 million people asking for food and water aid, the county governments in Kenya have blamed the main government for failing to provide them with funding, causing the difficulties for the counties affected to fight famine.
We are going to contribute equally.
As a country, we shall provide equal support by contributing 1 million Kenyan shillings, a move that has been initiated by all 47 counties of this country, whether we're also affected by the drought or not. National Treasury has been dispersing money for counties late. In this regard, counties in Kenya cannot manage disasters on time.
That is all for international news, but do stay with us. We'll be back with business news after this break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news. The Permanent Parliamentary Committee on Public Accounts has said that it will ensure that the National Housing Corporation NHC projects, especially the ones at Morocco Square, are completed on time so as to ensure that the organization continues to function as a business.
We have come to inspect projects done by National Housing Corporation. Most people do not know that NHC got its capital from the government, but we are surprised that construction at Morocco and Kawe have stopped. That is why, as a committee, we have decided to come and find out what is going on. It is our responsibility to make sure that Morocco Square project is completed in time. We are in a position that we need to start generating income from these huge investments done.
The Minister of Industry and Trade, Joseph Kakunda, said that the government has continued to collaborate with various institutions so as to get rid of business impediments that have been alleged to be present in the country in order to fulfill his goal to have a friendly business environment.
Globally, small-scale industries gain a huge part of industries. Whether in United Kingdom, Malaysia, China, small industries are many. Thus, we are putting much emphasis and value in small-scale industries. We realize that one of the key challenges for our entrepreneurs in the country is getting loans, markets, financial education, and entrepreneurship skills to allow them to plan their business properly.
The government has urged creatives in the country to invent things that will bring about changes in the industrial sector and fulfill the government's aim of making Tanzania an industrial economy.
The government is determined to build middle-income economy. In order to achieve that, we must be creative enough to build an economy that accelerates establishment of industries which will reduce challenges faced by Tanzanians today. Sometimes we need to learn how to balance issues for more future benefits. In achieving that, there are so many challenges.
And that is all for business news. Sports is up next.
Hi, my name is Kotaro Tokuda.
What's up? My name is Sean Garnier.
I'm John Bond from Liverpool Football Club. The hip, hop, a hippie, the hip, hip, hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear?
I'm watching Sports Gazette.
I'm watching Sport Gazette.
And you're watching Sports Gazette
with Sebastian.
With Sebastian. Peace out.
Yes! And you can also watch Sports Gazette
for highlights and interviews regarding sports. Do not miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
And on to sports. The President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. John Pombe Magufuli, has today met with and commended players of the national football team Taifa Stars for qualifying for the Africa Cup of Nations 2019 finals after beating Uganda 3-0 last night. The President also commended boxer Hassan Mwakinyo, who just the other day won his bout against boxer Sergio Gonzalez from Argentina that took place in Nairobi, Kenya.
Don't allow this match to give you pride, knowing that you are all good players. I'm pleading that you maintain your discipline and morale when you will continue with AFCON competitions because the fightings have just begun. You made all Tanzanians proud yesterday. Let me also take this opportunity to thank all Tanzanians for being patriotic at the National Stadium. Honorable President, with the support that we get from your government and fulfill our responsibilities as leaders of TFF, we promise you that we are going to have frequent visits to State House. There are so many games to come. From Twiga Stars, we'll be playing with Congo. I have spoken with the Deputy Minister to make sure that we influence people to show up at the match in large numbers. I'm also pleading to the government that on the match, women should be given free entrance to support our team.
It means that the confidence he deposited in me is huge. The responsibility is huge. And I'm happy today that God made it possible that we were able to qualify Tanzania. So I say congratulations to all Tanzania. Yesterday it was massive. Well, we have crossed the first step, but the journey continues. We need to believe in ourselves, like I always said. I grew up with my grandfather, and my grandfather always said one thing: a road that a man passes, he does not allow that road to close. So what we own ourselves is hard work, believe in ourselves. If you believe in yourself, work very hard, believe in God, everything is achievable in life.
And the President of Zanzibar and Chairman of the Revolutionary Council, Dr. Ali Mohammed Shein, has also led sports fans in Zanzibar in commending Taifa Stars for their win against Uganda, as well as for qualifying for the AFCON 2019, whereby he said that the win is a win for the entire country.
I'm happy that 30 years Tanzania is back in the map of international football tournaments. We are thrilled with what our boys Taifa Stars did yesterday. Taifa Stars is taking Tanzania to AFCON Games in 2019. They deserve much appreciation and respect. I would like to congratulate TFF and all involved committees and stakeholders who made sure that Tanzania is going to be represented well in the tournaments, without forgetting to congratulate leaders of this nation for a wonderful job, Dr. John Pombe Magufuli and Dr. Mohammed Shein.
The Minister of Information, Arts, Culture and Sports, Dr. Harrison Mwakembe, has apologized to Tanzanians who flocked to the National Stadium yesterday and missed out on an opportunity to enter the stadium due to overcrowding, which forced them to remain outside.
I would like to apologize to Tanzanians. We did not expect such a turnout. We had double of the standard number of people at the stadium. We have learned from the mistakes happened. Next time, we will also use Uhuru Stadium and place a big screen that other people will also get a chance to enjoy watching the match at the stadium. I want to congratulate our players for a wonderful game they played yesterday. The match was quite sensational. Even our president was watching it at the State House.
Hata mkuu wetu wa nchi alikuwa anaangalia akiwa Ikulu, moyo nayo kimdunda kwa sababu.
Netherlands coach Ronald Koeman says he regrets not making a late defensive switch after Germany scored a last-minute winner in the Euro 2020 Group C qualifying game in Amsterdam.
Goal ensured Joachim Löw's side gained revenge over their host, who had scored 2 late goals against Germany in November to reach the Nations League finals. I wanted to bring in Nathan Ake from Quincy Proms to get the point. Maybe I would have done that, Koeman said. We got chances for 2-3, and when you are on the field, you can feel that 3-2 isn't it. In the final phase, the last 2 to 3 minutes, Germany became more dangerous. Like in the last year's Nation League's contest, the Dutch again recovered from a 2-goal deficit. Leroy Sané confidently slaughtered in the opener following a Matej deleted slip and Serge Gnabry's scarlet. Leroy Sané confidently slaughtered in the opener following Matej's deleted slip and Serge Gnabry called in a superb second to put the visitors in the ascendancy.
And that sports item concludes our news. On behalf of everyone who worked to bring you this bulletin, my name is Vanessa Victor. Thank you for watching and have a good night.
Kombe la Dunia.
Kitabu cha Dr. Reginald Abraham Mengi kitwacho I Can, I Must, I Will sasa kinapatikana kwenye maduka ya kuuza vitabu yafuatayo: Dar es Salaam, A Novel Idea, Slipway Msasani, Yacht Club Road, Msasani Peninsula, The Book Cave, Mbezi Rainbow, Social Club, Ara Museum Offices, Ikunda Bookshop, Kariakoo mtaa wa Mhunda, House of Wisdom, Mezzanine nambari 22, NHC House, Samora Avenue, Dar es Salaam, MacBooks and Brains, Mlimani City Mall, duka nambari 44, Dar es Salaam, TPH Books, barabara ya Samora, Elite Bookstore, Mbezi njia panda Goba, Mlimani Bookshop, Kariakoo mtaa wa Sikukuu na Lindi, Timiza Malengo, Ubungo Kona, Chuo Kikuu, Bookmart Online Shop, Instagram, Bookmart TZ, Twitter, Bookmart 1, Jamani Investment Limited, Nyerere Road, Airport Terminal 2, Shinyanga, Kahama Bookshop Center, mtaa wa Lumerezi, Arusha, Kase Bookstore, mtaa wa Sekei, A Novel Idea, TFA Center, Arusha Tanzania, Dodoma, Lugarawa Bookshop, Dodoma mjini, barabara ya 8, Moshi, Ape Bookshop, Moshi mjini, Christian Bookshop, Moshi mjini.
Wahi nakala yako sasa kwenye duka lolote lililopo karibu nawe.